Hey everybody, it's Kyle coming at you with a special report. You've heard about it, you've seen it on the news. You can't help but see it every single freaking place you go. It's the coronavirus. Man, oh man, oh man. What a mess, huh? It's gotten so big that I heard this morning they're talking about doing the NCAA March Madness tournament with no live audience. I'm not kidding. Let me repeat that. They're talking about doing March Madness, the NCAA tournament, live, of course, just like they always do, but without an audience in person. I don't even know how much money that loses the NCAA and loses those schools, but it's a lot. But that's how bad it's gotten. The second person I understand has died in the United States that's contracted this without having gone to China or even knowing anybody that's gone to China recently or these other countries. It's gotten bad pretty quick. But the good news is Mike Pence is on the job. The guy who wants to pray the gay away. Oh, shit. They fumbled this up bad. I mean, really bad. Really, 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 really bad. But that's okay. Hopefully that means good things for the election this fall. We'll see. We'll see. Hard to say. But I don't want to get into politics too much. I apologize. I just couldn't resist. I couldn't resist. I've heard they're bringing the Space Force into it, guys, with their camouflage clothing. All right, I'll quit making jokes about it. It's not funny. A couple things I've seen. First off, coronavirus has nothing to do with the beer Corona, the piss water Mexican beer that's put in clear bottles and shipped around, thus skunking it out with UV rays getting through the clear glass into the beer. That beer has nothing to do with coronavirus, guys. They're not drinking tons of Corona beer over in China. So there's one myth down. I can't even believe I have to say that out loud. But in a world where Garth Brooks is in Detroit playing a concert and gets hate tweets afterwards because he put on a Barry Sanders jersey. A Barry Sanders, greatest running back of all time for the Detroit Lions. He puts on a Barry Sanders jersey and then he gets hate tweets and hate messages because people think he's supporting Bernie Sanders. That's the world we're living in. Congratulations, powers that be. You have officially made us all stupid as shit. You have. You've done it. You succeeded. Okay. First things first. Corona beer has nothing to do with coronavirus. Corona has to do with the sun and a ring of light around something that's particularly bright called the corona of a light source. So it's commonly used in regards to the sun. There is a corona effect around the sun. And it's not just light, it's actually energy, but blah, blah, blah. I don't know enough about it to go into it much more than that. Needless to say, that's why the beer is named that, because it's a beer you would drink out in the hot summer months. When the sun is out and there's a corona effect of the sun. You fucking imbeciles. Okay. All right. So we'll move on past that. There's one myth that's not real. Okay. Here's another one, guys. Those paper masks that you see that are selling out on Amazon and selling out in stores everywhere, they don't do anything really to protect you from the coronavirus, guys, or any virus, or any flu, or anything at all. they're actually worn in order for you, if you're sick, to not spread it by coughing and fluids and stuff coming out of your face to other people. Okay? So the rush on these things is fucking stupid also. I mean, you know, if you get sick, it's polite to wear those. Like, I know my doctor's office has it, and they say, if you suspect you have a cold or flu, please put one of these on. And the reason for that is not because your cold or flu is going to get worse, dummies. It's because you're going to get other people sick, okay? So that's what those are for. They're not going to save your life. If you're planning on those saving your life, I guess I'd say keep up the good work, right? Let's thin the herd out a little bit better. They're not going to save your life, dummy. They're so that you don't get other people sick. All right. So that's what those masks are for. They wear them during surgery so that they don't get things into the open places on a human being that they're operating on and infect them and get them sick. Okay? That's what those masks are for. Again, hard to believe I have to say this out loud, but it's true. All right? All right. Another thing. What do you think the number one thing that you can do that's the most, what do you think is the number one thing you can do that's the most effective in order to, A, not get sick, and B, if you are sick, not get other people sick? I mean, the number one thing you can do to not get other people sick is stay away from other people. But what do you think the number one thing you can do in order to not contract this virus? What do you think that is? It's wash your hands. Wash your hands. I still see grown men all the time go into the bathroom and either take a whiz, so they're holding their dongs, hopefully, or else they're just spraying and praying, or take a dump, and so they've used toilet paper right up against their hand and wipe their butts, and they walk out of the bathroom without washing their hands. Why do you think those sinks are in the bathroom, everybody? Huh? Is it because your hands are dirty? Yes. And the way that people can get sick is from things that you can't see. So even if your hand is next to your butt and you're wiping your butt, you may brush your fingers on the other side of the toilet paper against your butt hair or something, and you're transmitting things. Wash your fucking hands, man. We went to the movies on Saturday and saw The Invisible Man, by the way. Really liked it. Pretty damn good. I mean, a couple little issues, but I can live with them. But really good modern retelling of The Invisible Man. I liked it a lot. Okay? But afterwards, I was in the men's restroom, and I saw two guys go in there and go to the bathroom and walk right back out without washing their hands. And there was another guy in there afterwards. I'm like, dude, grown men still not washing their hands. And he goes, yeah, and it's fucking disgusting. And I agree with him, man, with everything that's going on, especially now. But, I mean, you should be washing your hands anyway. Did your mommy and daddy or Grammy and Grampy not teach you to wash your fucking hands? I'm pretty sure that they say that shit all throughout grade school, man. All the way from when you're in fucking preschool, they tell you to wash your hands. That's how people get sick, man. Because what's going on is you're either transmitting things or someone's coughed and then into their hand and they've used their hand to open a door or something like that and not wash their hands, and then you come and touch that door handle and you get the coronavirus. All right? So fucking wash your hands. If you wash your hands and you touch that door, chances are you're less likely to get sick. If they wash their hands and touch that door and then you touch that door, you're probably not going to get sick. Wash your fucking hands. It's that simple. All right. The number one thing we should be sold out of is soap, not fucking paper masks. All right? Jesus. Okay. I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be right back. And I want to discuss a little bit. I want to talk about what the coronavirus is and what you can expect and who it affects most and who these folks are that are dying from it. All right? So we'll be right back after this. Hey, Kyle. Okay, everybody, we're back. So the coronavirus, what is it? Well, I don't know a ton about it, but what I do know is that it's a lot like, a flu. There's flu-like symptoms, and you'll have a somewhat of a temperature, a raised temperature, elevated temperature, and not a lot of people that I understand have gotten it so bad that they're vomiting and having diarrhea like a normal flu. But there is a good chance that you can become dehydrated from it. I mean, that's the number one thing. And I know that I've seen an interview with a gentleman who has it, who's on the Japanese cruise ship for months before we got him off there and brought him back here. And he is now living in confinement or quarantine in Omaha, just about 3 hours away from here. And long story short, his treatment really, other than them checking him regularly, is to drink Gatorade. So just like the flu, you can vomit so much and you can have diarrhea so much with the flu that you can become dehydrated. Well, with any virus or with any infection or anything like that, you can become dehydrated, as far as I know. I'm not a doctor, but that's my understanding. So the symptoms are going to be, tiredness and everything like if you had the flu or even a real bad cold. I had a bad cold a few weeks ago when this all was starting, before it got to the United States. And I remember seeing things online or on TV and stuff and online and stuff, and they said it's a lot like having the flu, a real light go of the flu. So it's not even as bad as the flu that we all know and love, that makes us vomit and have diarrhea simultaneously, or at least last time I had it 15 years ago, that's what it did to me. Not a pleasant experience. Nothing like sitting on the toilet holding something in your hands or in your lap to throw up into at the same time. Pretty horrifying. But anyway, needless to say, I went and got tested when I had this cold a few weeks ago, and I did not have the flu or anything of the above. So it just was a rough cold. Colds these days are almost like the flu. You can have body aches and the whole nine. You usually don't have, nonstop vomiting and diarrhea. But other than that, you can have an elevated temperature and you can have body aches and stuff. And my understanding is this is a lot like that. So you'll feel kind of tired, burnt out, worn down, and you'll have some other flu-like symptoms. Not all of them, but some of them. So what can you do if you're feeling that way? If you're feeling like, oh shit, maybe I got the coronavirus here. Well, the number one thing you can do is stay home. Don't go to work. If you can, work from home if possible. If you're in grade school or whatever, or high school or whatever, junior high, college even, let your professors know, and try and see if there's a way that you can do your homework and stuff from home, or do the classwork from home. That's safer than almost anything else you can do. You probably do need to go, if it persists for a while, to get tested. So when you do that, you're going to wash your hands. If you can, you're going to find a paper mask and wear a paper mask, a surgical mask they're called, I believe. And you're going to try and get into the doctor and get tested. My understanding is they don't have very many test kits right now. The whole state of California, I believe, the governor there said they only have 200, which is pretty fucked up. We need to have 200 million of them, all right? But as we all know, this has been bungled horribly. But anyway, regardless of all that, if you're feeling those symptoms for more than a couple days and all that, you really need to probably go get tested, because you probably either have the flu or maybe even a bad cold, or you could have this. Chances are you don't. The other thing, the mortality rate on this thing is below 2%. Who's possibly going to die from this? Well, a lot of times it's going to be the same thing as people who die from the flu. Now, normal, healthy human beings can die from the flu, but people that are older and people that are really, really, really young, toddlers and younger, can die from this. And there's a couple reasons for that. I mean, immune systems are lower, things like that. I mean, that's the biggest risk. My understanding from this is you can have it so long that you can end up getting pneumonia, and that can kill you. Okay, so it's a lot like the regular flu. But those things are the long and the short of it, guys. I mean, I don't know everything about it. I do know it's a big problem because we've mishandled this, and China really mishandled this. But I also know it's not everywhere. Much like the pedophile myth that they're around every corner. They're not. Okay, there are pedophiles. Yes. Are they horrible? Yes. Is what they do horrible? Absolutely. Is it a problem we need to work on and try and fix and try and figure out why they do this? Yes, absolutely. But they're not around every corner waiting to molest your children or you, right? Okay, so it's the same kind of thing. Wash your hands, okay? Clean your house. Clean things that you use all the time. Keyboard, mouse, your phone is dirty as hell. Money is dirty as hell. Those are things that you need to, I mean, you can't really clean money, but your phone, I mean, you can wipe it off, you know. Don't use anything with ammonia in it to clean any electronic devices, guys. It ruins the screens instantly. So don't do that. But you know, try and find some products that aren't ammonia based and use those to clean off the sides and the back of your phone that you carry all the time, frequently, once a day at least. And then the same thing with your keyboard and mouse at your work or home or wherever. Wipe that stuff off. But most importantly of all, wash your hands. Wash your hands multiple times a day. Ever since they started talking about this, dude, I have increased it all the time. I mean, I always wash them when I go to the bathroom anyway. The other thing, those hand sanitizers, this is kind of what they're made for, man. I mean, they're not 100% effective like they say on the outside of the bottles and stuff like that, but this is kind of what they're made for. I mean, if you use that and then you touch a door handle that's got it on it, chances are you're not going to get it, okay? So use that stuff. That's what it's here for. Remember, paper masks are not going to protect you from the virus. They're going to protect others if you have the virus, all right? So these are the things to remember, man. And also, drink all the skunky-ass, shitty Corona beer you want, you know? I mean, I only wish that this was the Modelo Especial virus. That way, there'd be more of that delicious beer for me. Because, fuck Corona, I don't want to drink that shit. But if it was Modelo Negra virus, that would be even better. Because that's the best beer made. But that's it, guys. Not a lot else to say. Just be careful out there. Be smart. I'm noticing there's less and less people here at work. I'm wondering if it has anything to do with it. Although I am here pretty early this morning, so that probably has more to do with it than anything. But I bet we'll see less and less people at work here over the coming months, which is fine with me also. I get more done that way. Less people sticking their head in that studio going, "Huh, pretty cool, man. What are you doing in here?" type of thing, which is fine. I understand. People are curious. But less of that, the more I can get done. The 50th episode is coming up. Got some plans to do some fun things for it. I will see you, and you will hear me when it is released. Other than that, be safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Be careful. Wash your kids' hands. Make sure they're washing them. And be safe. Take it easy. And, get off my lawn.